Welcome to Live Zero Live Finish Live 5 seconds. Hey folks, this is Glenn Davis. I am the blind dude. And I was counting how many days it is to the end of daylight saving times. And it's just 40 days from now, March 10th. Mark that on your calendar. You don't want to be late for your worship service on Sunday. Okay, pilgrims? And again, this is a sports dude, and I am the blind dude. And I just wanted to thank y'all for very much that each and every one of you out there will and are a blessing to me for y'all to be watching this telecast. I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I urge y'all, if you know anybody that's a company to want to adverse with us, that they are welcome. Their dollars are very much welcome to pay the expense of this broadcast, and as well, part of the proceeds help go towards our fellow veterans who are living in dilapidated housing conditions and are at right now sleeping on the floor. We want to provide, I do, provide a bed for each person out there that's sleeping on the floor. That is the wife and the children as well, who are a widow of a fallen veteran. This is a very needed project that don't need to be ignored. We need to help these veterans. Nobody out there cares. The government don't. Neither does their organizations. The only thing they're doing is hollering for money that is not spent right. Davis Veterans Services is recognized by winning the Martin Luther King Award on 2007 on Martin Luther King's birthday at Burke High School in Charleston, South Carolina, awarded by Wendell Gilliard, our state representative. I am for real. I have friends, and I know that y'all can be next. If y'all would just get the word out to adverse with Davis Veterans Services, Holy City Sports Buzz, both websites. Oh, Veteran Services has .us, and that means that I was a former petty officer first class in the Navy, and then I went to the National Guard to make ends meet because you couldn't in the day make it on $3 an hour. Okay, folks? Had to join the reserves. I put myself in harm's way by performing hazardous duties. I went up to colonel rapidly. I believe in efficiency in business, in government, which we're not getting right now. But I do support President Trump. I do understand his thinking because we do not want these people from Guatemala, Honduras, in dilapidable living conditions. Folks, warning, these people, from what I understand, don't believe in vaccinating their self. They have something that they call scabies. These little mites will get in the skin and bear young under the skin. It's horrible to think if your children are getting exposed this way. And also, folks, right now, measles have been under control. But if we let these caravans through, they will, and bring back other diseases that we do not need in this country. The reason why I'm discussing it is because sports buzz, it means topics are available other than sports. I thought I'd bring this up for I do believe I can't get to it. I do believe it's important that y'all understand, okay? And also, the Super Bowl weekend is coming up. It is a great time of year, but it's a sad time of year. But thank God for the Alliance of American Football coming up February the 6th, I believe. And I think it's going to be at least it's tackle football and not miserable soccer. I hate to disappoint you, soccer fans. I just get bored listening except when the guy does screaming out, score! You know, he's really cool, even though he can't speak a lick of English. But, he's a wild man when he's going crazy. But tackle football to me, college football, you can't beat college football for the simple reason it's a lot of action. You get the cheerleading going at it. You get the crowd going at it. And it is a great sport. College tackle football beats pro football. I think pro football, in order to improve their ratings, is to maybe have cheerleaders, not just Dallas Cowboys. Let the whole NFL have their own cheerleading and get a band involved with it. And if they do that like the college deal, I think the crowd could get into it more. And also play in weather, not like Hawaii. They need to play. I think it's a lot more fun if people listen or watch football when it's adverse weather like the Pro Bowl in Orlando, in which the AFC killed the NFC 26-7. Think Tom Brady played in the AFC. That's why they beat him so bad over there. But the rain maybe had an effect on it. And naturally, we're at 48 degrees here. I'm sorry to be late on you guys and gals out there, but the Telluride is like the noon stage. It comes in at 5 o'clock, okay, in the afternoon. I'm hope God that it don't come AM, or I'll be in trouble and never will be able to do a show. But that's what you get when you have to depend on somebody else. But I hope to get the main goal is to cut the expense with all the money I put into Telluride to get my own vehicle and to get my own driver. And that way I could pay him something like a job and get that way going. But they have to have a vehicle to drive to my house, drop the vehicle, to take us around when we need him, and then to park it here, get to a car or a van, truck, or whatever, and then go about his merry way. But anyway, let me check my time.
Finish. 9 minutes, 7 seconds.
I'm only 9 minutes and 7 seconds, but I have to check this time because YouTube has their rules and regulations, and therefore I have to abide by them. And I want to do a great service to you guys by providing an entertaining show so y'all be captivated and call in at 1-800-486-7613, and therefore we can converse. And you call in anytime after this show because I don't have long to converse with you. I do enjoy it and giving you topics to think about. Just think about those caravans. I'm kind of in favor of the wall, but I know they could gonna come in here anyway because there's murderers, there's druggies, drugs come in. Porn is what I'm against, very much so. Destroys families. It's Satan workshop, folks. Be careful of that. It ruins family, and it don't need to be in this country. Period. It's Satan workshop needs to be torn down. I am a minister as well of God. I don't believe in it because you all are married to a beautiful couple, making good children. Let them grow up straight and tall with respect. That's why this country's in trouble, Pilgrim, because there's no respect for the mother or the father, or the mother father don't respect each other. Look at marriage as a covenant between the woman, the man, and God. Remember, no one put asunder. The vows aren't just said for nothing so you can have pleasure with the lady. You make sure you like her, respect her, and love her. Love God first. Love what He stands for. Build a relationship with God. Then, therefore, your marriage won't last 6 months if you don't do this. It would last like my wife and I, February 14th, 22 happy years. If you go with God, go with the relationship with God first. He created you. Thank Him every day for another day. Because in these violent times, Pilgrim, it's kind of a short day when you can't celebrate too many more birthdays. But anyway, back to college football can't come back soon enough. But I look forward to the Alliance of American Football, the AAF. And I even heard that our former, you all right in there? That our former coach in USC, the University of South Carolina Gamecocks, Steve Spurrier, contemplating or he's already accepted a coaching job in which one of these teams, and I like to see interested in if they're going to follow my suggestions about the NFL, about cheerleading, or about, I don't know, I hope they don't practice goofy ways or like dropping a ball as part of the coin toss. Just for Pete's sake, have a regular coin toss. Let's make it a regular football game. Halftime will be highlights of other games. That'd be great because this reporter is not an NBA fan or a hockey fan or a golf fan. And I'm out of luck, folks. Baseball can't come soon enough. That's a little bit better, but they are less paid than the NFL players. I mean, there was a new contract, but I think I accept the money. With this player got 16 million a year. Let's divide that by 12. See how many paychecks every week or bi-week that this dude makes. He could get his own company and won't have to worry about it if he gets injured. He could still make money if they work their money right, instead of buying or get rich quick. Or you know what I'm saying, folks. You know the yachts and the Corvettes and the Ferraris and mansions and the upkeep of a mansion. Just think about this. The upkeep of a mansion, the staff it takes to run it, clean it, cook, everything. What about an airplane? Can you imagine gas and fuel? Because they got a way of computating your distance by where you're going from where you're coming, and that equals your fuel. And the pilot's got to be paid, the crew's got to be paid. It is a very expensive endeavor unless you got money coming in all the time. But be it as it may, here we are at Super Bowl, and this is ridiculous to take each individual player. By the time the Super Bowl gets here, you be Super Bowled out. You know who wins or loses by the time it's up to game time. I don't listen to all that nonsense. I'm just gonna wait till 6:30 this Sunday, pop it on, and enjoy the game between Boston Patriots and the Rams, who are playing in Atlanta. And get this, ha ha, here we go again. Now we got snow coming Sunday, folks. And guess what's so funny? The day before is Groundhog Day. I checked ahead to see what the little skunk would say, and it appears to be like he's going to be scared of his own shadow. I didn't know they were that ugly, but apparently he's going to scurry into his den, according to that. But the weather in Philadelphia is very tricky, and it could change Saturday morning. And folks, if you want to check it out, it's very funny. At around 7:30 a.m., he should be aware of what is going to happen. 6 weeks of winter, or not see a shadow for an early spring. Gentleman Jim, they call him down here in our Confederacy, probably would see its shadow too, and it'll scurry down into the hole. But I guess he's scared of his own shadow. That's yellow belly thing critter. I guess we ought to shoot him and make groundhogs too, eh? So, I hope the folks don't see his shadow and cheer for an early spring, because up north has really been getting it. Negative readings in the temperature along with the snow. I look forward to pushing my church, New Jerusalem. It's a great church to come to. It's a Pentecostal, and I urge everyone to show up at 108 Dorchester Manor. Our Apostle Prelo, Dr. Charlito Prelo, is very well informed on the issue of her sermon, and she is a great lady, and I urge folks to attend our church. Give them a call at 843-207-9915. We want to seek out those places that don't have any church or in relationship with God, and we ask that they contact us at 843-207-9915. And if they need a church built to push them to have a relationship with God, so be it. And we'll be there to serve our God and obey our God. And everyone should do this. One thing more, folks, I do not find it macho for somebody to use profanity, not in front of a lady, especially, and in front of a lady. You got to be a gentleman, and you got to learn that it may be offensive towards anybody. Be respectful to one another, and don't use the God's name in vain. He created you, for Pete's sake, and you need to obey him and develop a relationship. I don't do it. I don't see anything in that, okay? Don't use GD. You know what I'm saying. Or say GD bomb if you look for it that way. I don't find it where it makes a movie any better. They need to grow up in Hollywood and make decent pictures like they did in the 50s in the 60s where they didn't have to use that kind of language every few minutes. It's disgraceful. If you are as a business person, use Best Choice Internet Company. If you need their phone number, they are at 800-457-5058. And I urge you to open an account with Clifford. He's in management, and he will look out for you so you would have an enjoyable relationship with him, and it will enjoy your website at a reasonable price. Best Choice, the best choice for manager or small business owner internet needs. Okay, folks, God's Eyes is a great gift. It's going to be in hardback as well as paperback. I mean, what am I going to have to do? Do what Clint Eastwood does and, um, let's see, either Fistful of Dollars or The Good, Bad, and Ugly? Do I have to hang you upside down, shake you up, and loosen that money y'all, stick to? Now, come on. You got to, if y'all could pay $1,000 close to it, motel expensive food on the Super Bowl, you have to, get with God's Eyes. It's a great read. It's entertaining. Like you're on a jet plane. And when you don't know when you'll be back again, then you can read God's Eyes on the flight and enjoy it. It's great. It's a great read. Christian Faith Publishing at 866-554-0919. See, get the title of the company. They only accept books without profanity and bad language and all that, nonsense. So, it's a great read, and it's backed by Abby Parker. She's my agent. Again, 866-554-0919. And again, the National Federation of the Blind. I'm doing the paintings. I got another one coming up. I got a third coming up called the Bora Borealis or the Northern Lights. And I'm also going to do one about the Great Wall of America on the Mexican border. So, those two are coming up, and I'll have a showing very shortly. So, it's getting ready, time to open up we'll be opening up that GoFundMe account. So keep in mind about this. It's coming up, and it's coming up soon. So I hope you all participate and purchase a painting. I'll let you know the price, but it's been appraised by an artist friend at about $500 to $1,000. So y'all, what money is quite welcome. And it's going for a National Federation of Blind Center, and it's going to provide a place for blind people to meet, as well as sighted, for everybody, as long as they pay their dues. And also, it's not very expensive on the dues. It's about 20, $30 on the dues a year. Also, it's going to provide not only independent living skills, adjustment towards being in the dark, and it's also going to provide job skills for you can be a productive person, and well as mobility, or if you need mobility training, it's a great cause. I ask that y'all call Regina at 888-415-2224. Press extension 1 at Scott's Grand Cafe. She is one available to get it framed and everything, look nice, and be able to provide that print. Okay, folks, let me check the time.
Finish. 24
minutes, 28 seconds.
I'm at 24 minutes, 28 seconds, so before I go too much, I don't want to get you too mad at me again. So I'm going to have to sign off, folks. It's been great yakking with you, 'cause I got a big mouth. So, I hope I make you ponder with some things. Oh, by the way, If there's a number 2 pencil, who is number 1? Huh? Think about it. The riddle for the day. And also to my young friends out there, obey your mother and father, for they're the only ones you have. And you fly right and be straight and be a good, productive American. God bless America. Donald Trump, I love you, and I always will respect you and what you try to do for this country. And I appreciate your service. God bless America. And Camino Canadias, to all the amigos and senoritas out there, have a great night. Okay? Au revoir.